Hey there and welcome, my name is Pete, and with a new month ahead of us, it is once again time for another channel update video. And first of all, as usual, we will take a look back at the month that has passed. In July, the channel slowly started to pick up the pace again after both May and June had been fairly slow. I was able to put out episodes for both Mass Effect and XCOM on a weekly basis, and this also reflected in a slight analytics uptick. Compared to 520 new subscribers in June, we almost doubled the subscriber increase in July, as the channel gained almost 1,000 new subscribers, currently sitting somewhere between 62 and 63,000. All other metrics also saw some significant increase, as we're now slowly getting back to averaging about 500,000 views per month, which is a number that I would like to keep at that level throughout the rest of the year. By the way, the channel is slowly approaching 10 million total lifetime views, and if things continue the way they have for the last few weeks, we might hit that mark at some point in August. Maybe on my birthday near the end of the month. That date has already seen us hit 1,000 subscribers in 2017, so maybe this year I'll receive another milestone as a birthday gift. Now, enough with the numbers, or maybe not entirely, because I also wanted to share with you the absolute joy of having to do my taxes in July, which did include this channel right here for the very first time. And let me tell you, that consumed way more time than I had anticipated. Things became a little complicated because in 2018 I had been a full-time student, a student employee, a full-time employee, and a self-employed content creator all within the same year, and tax forms in Germany are not exactly what you would call intuitive or flexible. But now that I have done all of it once, I hope it will be a little easier next time, and I also want to thank all of you on Discord who provided encouragement throughout that day, as I occasionally stopped by simply to vent my frustration with the whole process. Now, July also saw another somewhat negative experience for me, and that was my first big screw-up, if you will, in episode 17 of our XCOM playthrough, where I completely forgot about an achievement that was only possible to obtain in that one mission. In the entire history of this channel, I have never before had to re-record an entire episode, and admittedly I was a bit torn on the decision at first, since I wanted the series to be a no-reloads playthrough on the game's hardest difficulty setting. But ultimately I went with my urge to provide all of you with the most complete experience possible, and I also felt like I owed it to you after promising a full completionist playthrough when the series first started. There has been the occasional criticism regarding this decision, since reloading is of course not really in the spirit of an XCOM Iron Man playthrough, but first and foremost I see myself as a completionist, and I know it would bug me and probably a lot of you as well to leave that achievement behind simply because I was too stupid to take a closer look at my list, and not because I actually tried to get it but failed. At this point we have already moved on to the next episode, and I hope it will only be a minor scratch on the series once it is eventually fully completed. Apart from that, however, July was a very good month in my opinion. Sure, the warm weather sometimes made it a little hard to sit at the computer for several hours, but I never felt too stressed, and balancing work, YouTube and my personal life worked pretty nicely for the most part. And I see no reason why that would change in August, as I don't have any big travel plans for the rest of the summer, and will therefore be able to spend some time working on more videos. XCOM and Mass Effect of course have priority, but who knows what else I might find the time to make. And with that, I think I have already talked about everything I had on my list for today. I don't have any big plans at the moment, although I am playing around with the idea of doing a more or less complete overhaul of my workplace at home, and maybe, if that happens at some point in the near future, I can give you a quick tour. However, if you are already interested to learn a bit more about my recording setup as it is, I could probably put together a video on that as well. By the way, I have actually written a rather lengthy piece about my recording process on my Patreon page, and even though that uses the NBA 2K series I did last year as an example, a lot of the steps are very similar in my other series. I will leave a link to that down below, so if you support me on Patreon you can give it a read, and if not, then maybe it's a good reason to do so. And with that, we have almost reached the end of today's channel update, but we won't make the cut just yet. Before I go, I want to take a moment to give a shout out and personally thank all of the new patrons who have joined over the last month. Your support means a lot to me, and I'm truly thankful for your generosity. So in no particular order, I want to say thank you to Ron Harrington, Nusa, Hunter Force, Timo Bauer, Troy, Mikael Ab Franzen, David Morton, Karl Klutzke, Joe San Diego, Richard M, Max Anders, Crash Manager, Chunsik Lee, Jacob, Vernigora, Scott Hudson, City I-95, Joe Q, Peter Hicks and Sandgrain 1. Once again, to all of you and to everyone else who pledges on Patreon, thank you so much for your support. I know pretty much for a fact that I would not be here without you, and I really hope you stick around. And with that being said, I think we can wrap things up for today. I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, then I would be very happy if you could leave a thumbs up. If you want to support me and my channel further, then feel free to subscribe if you haven't already, or like I said, you can also check out and maybe pledge to the Pete Complete Patreon. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you next time. Cheers.